20 KWN and KWN TV at about 19 away from the hour. Thank you, Patrick, for the forecast just a few minutes ago. Still got some beautiful weather. Kind of chilly in the mornings, but hey, it's the 19th day of November. We welcome Dade County Executive Ted Rumley to the studios. He is here every Thursday, or someone from the county, and he's here most Thursdays to talk about what's happening with county government. Good morning, Commissioner.
Good morning, Evan. How are you?
All doing well. Maybe today will be the last time we'll have to talk about this, because I know that you said at 3 o'clock today the final final walkthrough of the county's I guess reconstruction of the dam there on Lookout Lake.
Yeah, we got a meet out there with all the engineers now. We got a final walkthrough at 3, and that'll kind of wind things up. You know, everything's already been tested, the siphoning and all that works. So it's just they did a little punch list about 2 weeks ago, and we'll meet with them, and I got people out of Atlanta, coming up. So we'll hope to wind that up. And of course we're up on County Road 6 right now, have been since we started last Monday, and they're going. It's going real well. We're not waiting on anything, but we've drilled up to where Georgia Power is up there now, moving that the main line going up the mountain. They're moving it over in one pole where we can finish the drilling, but they'll be pouring more concrete, setting steel today, and so that's going real good. Weather's been good for us.
So there could be there could be some intermittent power outages in the Davis community while they
not today, but they will actually if that happens, it will be not during the Thanksgiving holidays. I'm sure they'll work around that, but they'll keep us up on that. And but they will have to, when they move it, they'll have to have it down for a short time.
Okay.
Because that'll be too dangerous to do it hot. But that's a necessity. It's right where they plan on moving that over the last couple of years anyway, and so now it's just all working out together. We got the road closed where they can get in there and work, and we're working too. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, that is good news. I mean, the other morning we really found out with those 2 roads when the chicken truck turned over there at the top of 136.
How much it's missed, that's right. Exactly.
And literally everybody coming off the mountain had to go to Sligo and come down.
That's right. So it shows everybody. Yeah, so that shows you what a main artery that is, and so but we're moving right along with it, and we just want to get it fixed and repaired, from now on, and not just go in there and patch it, So it'll be a permanent fix to it, and that'll be another project off our list, In fact, that road and the actual dam out on the mountain, and of course Burkhalter, that was 3 of the real high-ticket areas that's been lingering over us for the last 10 or 15 years, really. We've always been, kind of patching them and going, trying to get by, and so that's this one here will be kind of the last of the 3 that we're taking care of, that will be totally, fixed and not patched, So,
now, Commissioner, you and I have talked about, it's been several months, but there is still a number of bridges on U.S. Highway 11 as well as across the interstate that's going to be having to have some construction done to them.
2021 and 2022, there's going to be several bridges that will be working. They're supposed to be working on, and some of them totally replaced. So that's something that's in the near future. But it's a necessity. There's bridges all over the state of Georgia on state roads that were built back in the 20s and 30s. That's got to be, the infrastructure's got to be fixed. And cars cross them every day. We're fortunate in our county though that our bridges overall, our county bridges. We went back about 4 or 5 years ago, and because they inspect those things every year, and we get a printout of every bridge and the actual condition of them, and most of our bridges, all of them really are in good shape. But we went back 3-4 years ago, and we went back and did a punch list that they did on all of our bridges and brought them up, to par, and all of them were just minor cosmetic things, and where they'd settled on the ends or whatever. So fortunately. You take Chattooga County, man, they're in a mess over there. I mean, he's got millions of dollars worth of bridges over there on county roads that are crossed every day, that have got to be torn out, and they, of course, they don't have any money. They don't have, it's going to have to be some federal and state help. So we're fortunate, in the county on that aspect to have that. So But we keep everyone up. As this goes along, the bridges, they're not going to tear them all out at one time. It'll be one project and then another, and we'll keep everyone updated, and so will the state too.
Be able to do that. Well, I knew that they've redone the one in Rising Pond, and they've been working on a couple of the others. 299 was redone when they put in that brand new bridge.
Oh, they totally replaced
and,
it.
For whatever reason, the federal standards were raised where the bridges had to be raised.
That's right.
6 or 8 inches.
The height.
They had to be higher for some reason.
And from what I understood on that, I think I talked about it a year ago or so, but it's kind of a military standard. It is a military highway. If we ever did get into a conflict or a war, that would be taken over by the military. And there's something that their standards did not meet their standards of height of something that they would have to cross it, go under it with. So that is not just in Dade County; it's all federal highways. That's why you see some signs that say the Eisenhower interstate system. When he brought that back from Germany, during the war, the Autobahn, they came in the United States and said, man, we've got to do this. So he started this,
Right.
And so it's throughout the whole country. That's where your interstate highway system started, And so a lot of people, I know I didn't realize that till a few years ago when we were reading, and talking to the Department of Transportation, and it dawned on me exactly, what they were talking about, because also your interstate highways are designed that they've got landing strips that's designed in them every so many miles, no matter if you're in a mountainous area or if you're in West Virginia or if you're in flatland, that they designate, and there's like a 5,000 foot straight there, or 6, and it is designed where they can actually land aircraft and take off in case we were to go to war. And that's something a lot of people don't even think about, but it's designed into your federal highway system.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of folks, maybe they've moved into the county in the last 3 or 4 decades, but I-59 was not completed until 67, 68,
That's right.
Somewhere along
68,
there.
68, 69.
I can actually remember as a young child that 59, you used to have to get off at 299 because 59 was dirt.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they were putting it together and building it in the 60s.
Yeah. And the main part that actually was politically kind of stopped because of money was right there, just south of the Trenton exit. That's where it ended or began. Call it what you want. And there was not any kind of right of way or anything between there and the Sulphur Springs exit, and just north of the Sulphur Springs exit at the Alabama line. That's where it stopped. And so for years and years, that little stretch right there was nothing, and finally the money was appropriated and they finished it. And like you said, it totally opened, I think, in about 69, 70, somewhere in there. Yeah.
If you get off the Trenton exit, for those of you listening, if you ever look at the bridge, it'll say 1967
That's
on
right.
it, and that was the year that the bridge was constructed.
That's right. That's
and
right.
A lot of people don't realize, but they date those bridges by putting it into the
they do.
The contract. I know you would know. I mean, obviously you've been dealing with bridges and construction.
That's a big deal too when you're actually finishing a bridge, or when you're actually pouring. They've got exactly the design they want, and exactly the size that they want that, and it's you build it into the form when you make that final form on your wing wall or whatever. Tennessee's got some elaborate things. If you look at theirs, they've got designs now that
they put their
they got their
logo
emblem, and that's it's kind of a pain for the in a way, but it's everybody's different, but it is it's there's a lot of drag racing went on down there for years and years down there, because it was kind of nobody was there, on the end down there. There was a stretch, that went through back in the 60s,
Like a dirt track.
Well, it was paved.
It was? Okay.
Oh, it was paved all the way to the end to where it stopped, but the one in Valley and in Sulphur Springs was concrete. It was actually concrete in Alabama up to the state line, and then you had about a mile there that it was distant. There was no houses or anything around it, and that's where a lot of the people back then, they'd go on Saturday evenings and Sundays and get but
a little bit of history there. There is construction going on at some of the county buildings. The Dade County court system is getting some I guess a new layout, if you will, when you go to the various departments there, based on and paid for by this COVID money.
That's right. It's not only for security, but it's also to protect you and the people behind the glass as far as the COVID goes. And also on the front there, when you go into the courthouse, that's changing. That facial's changing there, and even our office is there. We've got that will be built probably after Thanksgiving, but it'll be the same design, and you come in and it'll be a kind of a protected barrier between you and our workers. So it's something, and the good thing about it is it's paid for, with 100% out of this out of the CARES Act, out of the
and a lot of
COVID.
people lose sight
Yeah.
of the fact that this is paid for by the CARES Act, or this is paid for by this grant. It's all tax.
It's tax money.
It's
I don't
tax
care how you
money,
look at it.
whether it comes from the federal government. The federal government just actually borrowed this money. It was not our money. We borrowed it, and we're using borrowed money as because of the COVID. But I mean, we'll have to pay it back.
Our grandchildren's our children.
Right, absolutely.
That's what it's awful to say that, but it's just true though. And,
absolutely. Anything else?
I want to mention up on Lookout, we've got a notification from Georgia Power that they are starting to trim right-of-ways with a helicopter. Last year, about 5 years ago, they came in. They've got a long saw that hangs down below a little Bell helicopter there, and they've started that project back. Going to go on into probably February.
That's amazing to watch.
It is amazing to watch, and they're actually starting in Dade, and they'll go all the way into the Chattooga County area. And that's the helicopter was here a few weeks ago, maybe last week or so. They were actually that was part of that company. They were coming in that does that for them, and they were spotting different areas that might be dangerous or whatever. So they were flying pretty low. We didn't know really who it was, and we finally, in Georgia Power, that was their people. But you will see this. In fact, they were supposed to start this week. I've not seen it, but they were supposed to start this week, and it'll go all the way into February or March. So don't be alarmed. They're very safe and all. And they'll also have a ground crew following it. A support group. So just especially mainly it's going to be on top of the mountain, on Lookout Mountain. So just don't be surprised if you see a little helicopter out there with a strange-looking apparatus hanging down below it there, But we mentioned Lookout Lake Dam. We're finalizing that today. Our paving, we're going to wind it up next week. The asphalt plant is closing down through the winter. Won't be open back up until January, from what I understand. But it's working out real good for us. We've got probably 3 or 4 more roads. I think they finished Brown Drive yesterday, and we've got I think 3 more roads, and then quite a bit of patching that we're going to be doing. Our striping, they should finish it up right after Thanksgiving. They're coming back in. Hopefully the weather will work for that, because we are going to stripe the roads that we paved, plus some of the other roads that really need it, that are in the fog-prone areas. County Road 6, we're going wide open on it. Thank goodness, we've got started on it, and things are going, knock on wood, going smooth right now. Our boarding's going good. So just bear with us on that. We'll start giving you a report every week on that one too, and trying to keep you up to date on it. But other than that, I just everyone, of course, Thanksgiving's coming up, and just try to be. I know a lot of people's Thanksgiving's going to change this year because of the COVID, as far as the groups and all. But just hope everyone has a really happy and safe Thanksgiving. But don't let it. Don't forget, that this is still going on. Try to wear your mask and try to social distance, as you can. Just use common sense. That's all. Yeah.
Absolutely. 3 o'clock, you'll have a Facebook Live update. We'll carry it on KWN News Now Facebook as well. That's every Thursday at 3 o'clock. And you'll have more information. Yeah. I got information, and I don't have it right here in front of me. Maybe tomorrow I'll break it down. But Lawana from the Board of Elections has put out the schedule of events for the runoff. That's going to be January the 5th. Of the days of the first day, you can send in your mail-in ballots and this, that, and the other. So we'll talk about that tomorrow.
Okay.
All right, Commissioner, you want to give me your phone number?
Yep.
How they get in touch?
423-667-8999. That's my cell, and 657-4625 is our office number. And as always, just give us a call, and we'll try to help you any way we can. And our commissioners are just like I do. They answer their phones. Their number is online here on our website, and they're very easy to find. And so just call us if you need us. We'll try to be there for you.
Sounds good. Dade County Executive Ted Rumley in every Thursday on the Newsmaker segment here on KWN Today.